Hello, and welcome to the special Spooky Month Master Frank art stream. I'm your host, Master Frank, here with a nice, fantastic streaming time here, playing some Halloween tracks here and enjoying the music right now. I'd probably get rid of that bottom source thing because it's not really gonna be relevant. Well. Yeah, if I do that, it would just tank my performance, so I'm just not doing that. But you can listen to music. A lot of the tracks are pretty recognizable. It's, you got the Lavender Town theme from the start, plus a few different remixes of Darkstalkers and a lot of relevant Spooky Month music for the night. I wanted to start much earlier, but life gets in the way. Had to drop my mom off to a thing that she needed to do, which is also why I'm not going to be wearing my headphones, because I want to keep my ears up on my phone just in case she needs a pickup. She arranged a different ride, but of course, you never want to be too careful. But for now, let's see if we can't get to tackling something new. So, what you see here looks notably different than Aseprite, the pixel art program that I usually use. It's pretty nice. I could probably get rid of my webcam for a short second. This is the webcam. So, what you see here is a program called Pixelorama, or Pixelorama. It's Pixelorama. It's a freeware pixel art program, and I'll probably just drop a link to Pixelorama. And I kind of just stumbled upon this. I'm not sure how I stumbled upon it. I probably was on low spec, and it was in one of those list of freeware pixel art programs, or some other place. But I found it, and I was like, you know what? It wouldn't hurt to try to vary up my pixel art program stuff and do some experimentation. So I figured, why the heck not? So what you see here is basically the fruits of, well, not the fruits of all that labor. It's mostly just me kind of just fiddling around. I was messing about with this earlier today, kind of just getting myself more familiar with the UI. I did want to rearrange this user interface so it actually suited my ends, and of course my frame's kind of cutting it off. But honestly, I feel like that kind of just comes with the territory where you're gonna have to deal with it yourself and work on the territory. But all the stuff's here. The tools are on this side. The color pickers here. I'm not a giant fan of a giant color picker thing, and you got a spot where you can get your reference images, but I can't for the life of me figure out how to actually get reference images on it. I've tried dragging and dropping and it just makes a new file, and that's not helpful. And so it kind of just wasn't ideal. Plus down here I should probably hide my webcam here. Down here is my palette list, and I've yet to figure out how to import other palettes. I mean, you can edit the palette, you can export the palette, but I'm not sure how you can import the palette outside of getting the colors yourself and maybe using the color picker. Probably got the color options here, and mess about with palette and stuff like that. And of course, you know, I've been fiddling around on the Windows spot. You can press, you can click this movable panels or press the shortcut F9, and it'll actually put it in a mode where you can actually move around the panels. You can actually drag and drop it places. So, you know, these are the tool options, and then you can put the panel someplace here. You know, maybe like put the tools just right over each other, left tool options, right tool option. I kind of like this aspect where, you know, you can put them side by side. Though, one thing that kind of bothered me a bit was I can't move my tools to like a flattened spot. Like, it has to be, like, I can't move my tools someplace where it will be skinny here. I can, okay, I can sort of put it skinny. Okay, that's good. It's okay. I can move the palette probably like here, like as a reference image type thing, and have a color picker like this. I wish I could have the color options separate from the color picker, but I'll have to live with that. Up here is my pixel art recorder, so whenever I will sketch on the recorder, whenever I sketch on the recorder, it'll record all my moves, including my undos. So that's kind of interesting. Where, you know, I can always just draw that. That still kind of just counts as, you know, a bunch of saves. Plus, you know, we'll either have the choice of recording the entire interface or just my current canvas, which I'd rather do. Like, I feel like it would take up way too much to record that, but you know, it is what it is with that. And of course, these this down layer has the animation timeline, and it's similar to Aseprite. You can make new layers, or you can make a new pixel layer. Ooh, add 3D layer. That's kind of cool. I might try that out another time. Add 3D layer. You can delete layers. I'll probably just delete this because I don't need it. And of course, I haven't learned all the shortcuts with this. Control Insert, Merge Current Layer FX. Ah, okay. So it has those like typical digital arts effects, like it has like the adjust brightness and contrast, just you, which I don't think Aseprite has. I don't remember if I found it in Aseprite where you can adjust the this specifically, being able to adjust the brightness and contrast and the hue and saturation. Probably can, I just haven't found it at all. But, you know, whoever stops by, let me know. And, oh, okay, that's interesting. It also has, you know, digital art blending mode, so, you know, you could actually do a comic style multiply layer where you just draw gray, and then you can like put a pixel art here underneath, and it will, you know, multiply over it. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, that's pretty fascinating with that. So it has features that I haven't seen in Aseprite. But the thing is, will I even know that I'll need that in Aseprite? I'm not sure. So, move you down. Move this back. Because that's kind of annoying where it doesn't flatten into a smaller thing. Come on. Down you go. I know you had it before. Why aren't you doing that? Come on. totally fine before. Okay, I don't know what happened with that. I'm just gonna work with this. So anyway, I'd say right now just work with this layer, and of course, when I open the file, it's a typical transparent file. This is I believe this is a 144 by 144 image canvas. Of course, you can always resize in the image properties here. Resize image, 240. You can put it to 144 by 144, and put it back down to typical Game Boy sizes, which I'm gonna be doing. I'm not gonna be doing a big exceptional pixel art thing, but I'm gonna try to make a sprite animation with this. And of course, because this is the only program I'm gonna do it in, I'm gonna force myself to do it. I could return on my face cam since these left tools aren't gonna be useful. Let's see. I could move. Perhaps I could move the face cam. Can I move you maybe up here, perhaps? It's not ideal, since you would have to basically watch my big face in the way. I could make you smaller. It's probably irrelevant, because, you're seeing my big ass head down here. I could make you smaller. It depends. I'll just keep this here. That's plenty. If not, I can always just turn it off. I don't know how much my face cam's relevant, but I'm just gonna work off of that. Anywho, what I'm actually gonna be working on is I'm going to be making a sprite of Claudia the Cat Witch. This is a character in OC that's kind of just been here for since last year, I'd say. I drew this for Halloween last year as a kind of occasional holiday type thing, and it was basically just a character that I sketched in Procreate just to get through the ins and outs of learning Procreate, and it was all right. I used the rusty nib. To ink this art and learn how to do the circle tool and work with what I got. What's it? True Grit Texture Supply was where I bought some brushes from. I worked with those to make some pretty cool stuff. It looks decent, I'd say. And I do have the Procreate versions of the True Grit brushes, and I kind of feel like I haven't really been going into my potential with this, really. I think it's just I'm unwilling to sit down on the illustration and just deal with it. But these other sketches are on actual paper. These three are my most recent sketches I've done of her. If you follow me online, follow Blue Sky or Twitter or all the other social media things, you will find just these pictures. You probably would have saw this picture in my actual sketchbook. I scanned this I'd say this afternoon, stuff scanned it, touched it up this afternoon, and kind of just do that. This is a rough sketch of what the main illustration is going to be. It's going to be her surfing on her broomstick, and if I can, make clouds animate in a loop. But let's see, it's currently 8 p.m., so that's going to be what I'll be up. And of course, some extra model sheet stuff to kind of what does she actually look like? I was kind of just sketching these during a work meeting and kind of just doing exploration model sketches of what she looked like without the hat on, what she looked like in the back, how the toe socks work, how the skirt works, little details of whether or not they matter. I mean, they kind of will matter. That's kind of just how it goes. This is supposed to be her messy hair, but I kind of turned it to the side. I'll like turn to the side and you can just see, you know, top of the ears and the hair is kind of scraggles down. So it is what it is with that. And then I kept these sketches. Just, I'd say I kind of always had ideas for cat is, but never really nailed down a legit design that appealed to me. And these are super old sketches, like before I think 2009, stuff like that. I was doing that, but doing stuff like that, other cat-made sketches. And this pen sketch, it's interesting. It's a little goatee type facial hair thing. So kind of just working with, you know, pen sketches with cats. It's kind of dumb because while I was like sketching with ballpoint pen, I never really considered like things like you know, line clarity and things like that, or crosshatching. I was just scribbling like it with a pencil. It just encouraged me to not erase. And it's kind of like, maybe I should have been focusing on actually, like, I don't know, doing inking. That's kind of like me. And of course I got more sketches that are relevant enough. Then, you know, this image is a kind of famous meme image. And I feel like this kind of like embodies Claudia's entire vibe, where she thinks she's this chaotic, you know, dark witch of doom, but really she hangs out in the suburbs with her normie family. So that's kind of just one of those things that I'm kind of like exploring as her character, kind of like figure out a little plot line. One plot line that I'm kind of like currently figuring out is a little plot line where, oh, I could probably just get this right now, where I have Claudia try to like do some trick-or-treating or mischief stuff, but then you know, she has a little brother who would be the pumpkin cat. I didn't draw the pumpkin cat intending. I didn't draw him intending to be together with Claudia, but it was like another, you know, Halloween-based character, you know, just as a relevant thing. And I think some kid at one of the cons I went to kind of just made the suggestion that they should be like brother and sister. I was like, you know what? I'll yes and see what I can do, because I wasn't really thinking too much about what she is as a character. Like, I think initially she was an idea for a Black Mass enemy class, which is also why I had all these initial sketches here. So, you know, I kind of just had this as I went, and, you know, I'm kind of just figuring this stuff out as I go. But I'll have these refs on my second screen, and this is probably the main ref I'm going to work off of. The one thing that I cannot figure out with this reference image panel here is how you even import things, because you can't right click it and there's no button that says import reference image. It says select reference image on canvas. Maybe if I drag it, maybe if I do drag it, because whenever I drag and drop it, so let me get the actual image real fast. Yeah, this is the high res one. Whenever I drag it here, import as a new project. Oh! Well, how did it know that? Because I had it before, but it was like going straight to the canvas. Okay. Oh, that's cool. I can move the reference image. Okay. Oh, now I feel like less of an idiot. And I could probably work with this much better. Right, like hide you. Can I hide this? Yeah, you cannot draw with reference images selected. Okay. So I'll actually see if I can import more ref images. Import this as another ref image. Ah, okay. Can I like hide you? No. I want to be able to like turn it off and on. On. Or maybe I'll probably just have to legit just turn the opacity to 0 and just turn it completely off. Which kind of sucks, but I'll let that rock. But I know I'm gonna do something with this. Like this is probably the closest I want to get with that, but I don't like posing. So I'm going to import other at which sketch real fast. Reference image. I'll just knock this to 0. Okay. I'm starting to ooh. So we'll go to this, and that'll be that. That's good. I think we'll work with this where she's like that. That'll work. And then I could probably do something where this second frame is also a ref. I hide you. I turn the opacity to 0. Or better yet, move you. Like do an onion skin type thing. But then select this. Oh. Put this on the move. Put you on move, but then put you over it, so it's like an onion skin thing. So maybe like whenever I'm animating and she's going up and down, because the plan is animation where she is going up and down with this. I like do something like this, and that'll work like that. Hey Shawnee, how's it going? I am learning a whole new software just for Halloween. So that's going to be pretty fascinating. And I'm currently figuring out how I can import reference images. And I actually like this system right now, because I can import multiple reference images as opposed to making reference layers like Aseprite. That's pretty nice. The software is called Pixelorama. And it's a freeware software on itch.io. So I can repost that again for anyone who is just joining. The program is called Pixelorama. And I am exploring completely untapped territory. I've never used this software before. And I'm going to use it to try to make a whole new sprite pixel animation just to, test it and test my skills to see if I can actually do it. So far I'm kind of just exploring the UI and kind of like seeing this reference image palette. And I mean, so far it's been pretty decent. I can adjust the opacity, I can rotate the refs, and I can, rework the position with this. So far this reference image one is a giant game changer for me personally. Like being able to actually have the reference images just right there. You can actually move them around. With Aseprite, once you import them in a layer, you can't really move it around as much as you can. Plus, you'd have to rework the opacity to directly on the layer itself. You'd have to directly affect the layer if you want to do any like drawing stuff. And let me go back to the color picker. Yep. You also need to directly deselect the layer if you want to actually make changes. Oh, it's over it. Okay. Alright. Am I able to, like, make this further back? Go back. Now, like, put the opacity in further. Or even just hide it. Because this one's the actual one I'm going to put this on. None. Then I haven't been able to figure out how to import color palettes and styles because I have a whole host of other color palettes. Because I can work with this. It's called the default, and this is the Dawnbringer palette. But oh, I think I know what I can do. I'll just go into the program files themselves. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, so default one is Pixelorama. So far, this is interesting. I'm trying to figure out how I can import palettes. Of course, there are some ways that you can lock and unlock the movable panels. Zen mode. I'm guessing this is, you know, no panels at all. That's kind of convenient. Then F11 would likely be full screen. Okay, full screen's that. Turn off Zen mode. No. Oh. Full screen seems like it's, you know, the entire thing. Oh, and you can't X out. Okay. I'll consider this, because sometimes I'll cause myself to move around the thing. And of course, this is probably looking like everything just cut off at the top. And that's mostly my fault. I could probably nudge the Cintiq capture smaller. I could do something to kind of just nudge you. So you're actually able to see my entire stream. I probably do need to rework how the actual size looks, but you know, it is what it is. I usually just have this plus my frame whenever I'm screen recording and stuff like that. So I'll just let that be there and go back to actually doing work and not just fiddling around with this. So, you know, let's actually just get to work, and I'll figure out the actual proper stuff as I go. Rank you as low as possible, like make you pretty obscure. Oh, one other gigantic thing that I think kind of puts this a little over Aseprite is that you can actually make your FPS, your actual animation frames per second counter, something that an animator will actually use. So I can actually set this to 30 FPS. That'll be 30 frames per second, or 60 frames per second, or 15. And I don't need to deal with any of that milliseconds crap. I still don't know why Aseprite is still on millisecond, but this alone already like puts this above for me personally. So, okay. So far, so good with this. And, you know, it's got the typical pencil tool. You can sketch with it and, you know, figure things out as you go. And I'm trying not to get too much in the weeds of how it's supposed to look. But so far, it sketches pretty decently. I can adjust the pencil size here. And I believe It's got different types of brushes. Okay. Different types of brushes. Does it have size changing stuff? Oh, you can adjust the spacing. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Where you can adjust the spacing with that. I don't remember if Aseprite can adjust spacing. Oh. That might be helpful if I want to do a dither brush, for example. Fill inside. Ooh, that also might be a game changer because this could probably work as a great dither brush. Let's see, default brushes. Okay. Okay, not 100%, but I can see something here. I wonder. Okay, this one looks kind of promising. So, are you able to make custom brushes? I wonder. Because you can do this. Like, you can make basically a bristle brush. And I'd say this brush engine so far is a giant game changer with this compared to Aseprite. Like, a digital art tool, but with enough, like a pixel art tool, but with enough of the other digital art tools, kind of like give it some more, I guess, more. So far it's got a block size thing. Right now I'm trying to like figure out, does it have, what's it called? Pen pressure stuff. Like, I'm trying to figure out if I need to adjust the pen pressure, if there are pen pressure adjustments. Let's see. Effects, pixelize, posterize, glossy, blur. Okay, so these are just effects. View layer, window. Oh, of course, you know, it's got its own documentation, and if I get truly stuck, I have the documentation actually just open right now. Just have the documentation just open right here. So, if push comes to shove, I can always kind of just glance through this. And documentation looks pretty alright. It's pretty straightforward with all that jazz. It's a typical, like, Git page. So, I can work with this. But still not much when it comes to... Still trying to, like, find a side chain, which isn't a deal breaker. I'm not gonna fret too hard about it being too much of a problem here. Oh. How will you adjust? Alright, is there... Okay, so if I hold Z... So this is, you know, these are default shortcut keys, so holding Z and scooching the mouse will zoom you to... Ah, there it is. Let's see, Control A, Shift A, Control Shift A. Okay, Control D. Okay, so it's a typical Photoshop thing. Shift A, Control A, D, Alt A, A. There's like a shortcut key that just lets you zoom out and just see the entire canvas, but I'd have to look through it myself. B would be for brush, right? No. P. Okay. And to go get out of Zen mode and just go back to pixel stuff. Because all my tools are here. I've got a drawing tool, got the typical pencil tool. Oh. Okay, replace selection, add from selection, position. Oh, select by draw. Oh, okay. So this is not drawing. Select by drawing? Oh. Select by drawing. Is this different from the lasso tool? Oh, okay. So, this is interesting, because select by drawing is similar to how Aseprite tackles its selection. Because this, okay, so actually no. This is a typical pixel art sprite selection style. Because other digital art programs, they would select more like liney, while other pixel art stuff selects on on the actual pixel stuff. But this is kind of interesting where you can also select pixel lines specifically, like you're just drawing, and you don't have to painstakingly fill this. If you just want to move a line, you can just draw the line and it'll just do that instead. Okay, that's nice. That is really nice. Got polygon selection, typical. Elliptical selection, typical. Rectangle selection, typical. So these three are the typical selection tools. I'll assume that if you click pencil and then hold Alt, get an eyedropper. No. Let's see. W for left mouse button, Alt W for right mouse button. So if I hold U, oh, it selects this. Oh, it's select by color. Okay. So this is the actual eyedropper, the actual color picker tool. So that's O. So color picker's O by default. So if I pick a different color, like say two. Why am I not drawing? Okay, so if I pick a color picker that's this. Oh, it doesn't hold. Oh. P. Okay, that's a bit of a pain. Okay, so it's not super. It's not like you can hold the O button and you'll just flip to. It's not like you can hold the O button and flip to a pencil tool. No, you gotta actually physically go on the thing. Okay. Alright. But, let's actually get to drawing. And, let's figure things out as I go. So, luckily, I can work with this pixel art here. And it'll be exactly how I draw because, I'm the artist. I'm both the artist and the pixel artist. So, my art will transition to this because I drew the thing. So, it does have a slight lag when you're drawing. Like, it does drag some pixels when you lift the pen. Let's see. So used to tab being able to go from full screen to nothing. Let's see. Dynamics. Ah, okay. So here's the pen pressure stuff. And Alright, so I can fiddle around with this. Not as ideal as I'd like for it to be. Because I want to be able to do my typical pen pressure thing where I can draw really light and slow, and I can still rock 1 pixel, but so far it's so sensitive that it's hitting 0 to 100% much too fast for me. Plus, it's got a bit of a stabilizer, so that's good. Nah. I'll get rid of the pen pressure settings because I just need the 1 sprite. That's all I actually need. Let's just rock this. And we'll just work with this as I go. So far, so good. And hopefully this will be just a nice way to kind of just get myself going. And, you know, once I get this down, you know, you'll have a nice typical sprite that can work with anything. Well, not anything, but it's a nice Halloween sprite as a little illustration for the holiday, and to, you know, get me through the basics of, you know, a completely different pixel art program. So, so far, I mean, the actual drawing is typical. It does feel slower to me. Like, I feel like the brush lingers too much sometimes. Like, I feel like the brush lingers too much for my taste, where it's, if you go really fast, it starts to linger when you lift the pencil. So I'll do this, but they'll complete the circle. Okay. I mean, so far so good. I mean, this can also be my computer issue. My computer isn't crazy exceptional. Let me take this off to curb, so my mom will be able to call me if she's about to die. Okay. Alright, back to figuring this out. So far, I've gotten the basic lines down where I can just have this character just rolling. Here, I could probably just push this out, or have the actual room handles out. Got you. It's okay. Probably a little too top heavy, but I'll live with you. I'll live with the jaggies for now. Let's see. Pixel perfect. That's what I'm looking for. No, pixel perfect. Okay. Maybe I'm feeling this strange. Move to canvas center. Ah, this is the symmetry tool. Ooh, and you can like double stack. Oh yeah, I think other things can double stack it too. Also, you need to do the key. There we are. Alright, real nice. It can just be like this. That's kind of bad. I'll turn you off for now. Lock alpha. Oh, I know what this is. Okay. So, the UI's okay. It's taken a bit of getting used to, but I am figuring out as I go. Obviously, I could probably do this fast with some shortcuts, but I mean, so far so good. Let's see. Shading tool. What's this? U for left mouse button. U for left mouse button. I probably would need either a larger shade here. Let's see. Yeah, probably something like that. I could probably. Let me. Okay. So far, so good. This is, we can figure out stuff with this. And we're kind of just seeing the pixel art as I go. And seeing, where things go wrong and what looks too janky to be helpful. So far, so good. It still feels tough to use because I guess the lag's kind of just borking me a little, but I'm gonna stick with it, or at least I'm gonna try to stick with it for this actual animation night. So far, this should be good, and then we'll just readjust the picture as I go. Work with the line art. And you know what? Because I have it just out here, I can just look at this. Look at my alternate screen because I have a reference in alternate screens. Go off of that. I don't like that it blinks away the window. That's not a problem for me, but that's an issue for the stream. Like if I ever okay, I think the Pixel Perfect's on. Okay. It's difficult to tell which version is on or which one's off. Yeah, this doesn't have a shortcut yet. That should be that. Okay. I think we'll just get to just straightforward drawing. That should be straightforward, honest to goodness drawing. That should be good. Like, I'm not gonna do any elaborate pixel art things, just alright, what's magic or lasso tool? Need lasso tool because I wanna nudge her just a bit forward. Lasso tool and then move tool. I want her move slightly forward. Right. So far she is... Oh, this doesn't tell what her actual sprite size is. I should save, actually. Let me save. Okay. Control S, it works like a typical digital art program. That's good. I'd say a lot of, I'd say the only real difficulty in learning digital art programs, like alternate digital art programs are not your own digital art programs, is just finding the user interface and figuring out the controls. But after you get through that initial hump, it becomes, it becomes easy to grasp because a lot of the features and settings of typical drawing programs are very similar to other drawing programs, so it's easy to jump in with each one. And I'm sure that's how it is with like going to Blender, where you learn the Blender UI and you could jump into 3ds Max or Maya or things like that, and no problem. So, and this is mostly my outdated thoughts when it comes to 3ds Max to Maya and stuff like that, because I used 3ds Max back in college in maybe 2009, 2008. But I used a really old version. Then, everybody was saying, hey, let's try learn Maya. And I tried learning Maya with my friends, and I kind of like felt helpless. And I'd say that also contributed to my just general displeasure with learning 3D modeling programs, is because, once you do it, you kind of like feel that that 3D modeling programs just aren't as intuitive. Because I guess how I was feeling about learning 3D modeling programs as opposed to learning 2D stuff is that in the time it takes for me to figure out heads or tails of how this 3D program works, I could have drawn this character 5 times and made them animate and move and stuff like that. And that's kind of just my psychotic frustration with learning that program. So, of course, I'm sure it's easier to learn a program, plus, there's probably tutorials that will actually teach you how to do it, unlike my teachers who kind of just shrugged. Like, a lot of my teachers who taught the basic classes kind of just didn't. Like, my texturing class was kind of just nothing. My animation class, a lot of that came from my 2D animation knowledge as opposed to my 3D animation learning. Like, I was having both 2D animation and 3D animation at the same time, and I could understand Flash much faster than I could understand 3ds Max, because I used to use Flash 5 in high school, and I grasped that pretty well, or at least I had the time to learn it, as opposed to maybe 3ds Max and stuff like that. Because I had there was the Newgrounds tutorials, whoever was making Newgrounds tutorials and stuff like that. I looked at that, and that's how I got used to navigating, all of Newgrounds stuff. I could probably nudge you over. And a lot of those programs, I never really did anything significant with, learning Flash other than just basic. I did like basic lip syncs and stuff like that, but my Flash stuff was kind of like crap. Even in college, like, my Flash stuff just wasn't good. Like, I did have the seeds of black mass in college, though, but it wasn't really black mass as you know it, but it was more like I was drawing 2 raccoons as opposed to them specifically being coal. But I'd say that college experience was, the start of me making black mass, kind of, sorta. But I'd say it's beyond like a pre-beta. Well, it wouldn't be a pre-beta, but it's kind of like one of those, like, I guess pre-prequel. It's not a prequel. It's not like an actual story. I keep saying, like, I really need to pause whenever I speak. Otherwise, I'm just gonna say, like, all the fucking time. And whenever I'm editing these videos, it annoys the shit out of me. And I feel embarrassed whenever I hear a like when I'm editing videos. Alright, maybe nudge it down. I'm working as much as I can with pixels, but this is... I think I'll probably just have to let it go here. Yeah. Let that go. OBS crash. Alright, the stream fucking shat itself. Let's see. CPU 82. Holy shit. It's bizarre that Aseprite crashed and not this program. I don't know if this program's taking up a lot of space. Hopefully it's not. Oh. It's back to its general thing, but I'm just gonna let it go for there. Okay. What? Why would you... Okay. It's kind of vanishing all the time. Can be an issue. You're kind of just vanishing all the time. That's not fun. But I'm gonna try not to get completely... I'm trying to try not to be completely focused on getting this... getting the tech to work. And just focus on just getting all my... Yeah, just get the pixel art done. So far, we're just gonna get the jaggies down. Get the jaggies down. And just get the line art done, because line art is done, so to speak. In fact, I could probably just get the filling, so use fill bucket. Palettes. Go for a lighter. Alright, you're filling. There are some gaps, so it's a typical fill bucket. Okay. Thanks for the following. Oh, hey, Albert. How's it going? Welcome. I am learning a whole new pixel art program, and so far it is kind of weird. So far it's a little weird learning this new pixel art program, but it's coming along. So yeah, I'm currently working on a illustration of Claudia the Cat Witch, and kind of just seeing what I can do with this as I go. So far, I'm just in the crazy super roughs, and I don't want to go too long working on this, so I want to be slapdash fast on this. So no, nothing elaborate, just the most basic, probably a monochrome palette, even though I still have no idea how to import palettes, but I'm gonna work off of that. In fact, I should probably put a hidden palette here. Yeah, put a hidden palette here, so, you know, just in case I lose a thing, I could probably put a way lighter one here. Yeah, that's a good contrast color. Maybe this should be a dark. No, that's less saturated. Not as saturated. I think this one's hitting black. No? Okay, that's funny. Anyway, I'll just work off of this palette. And that'll be the palette of the Witch Cat. Right now, I'm kind of just filling in gaps and figuring out what will actually work with. And learning this program as I go, because this is a completely different program than the program I usually use, Aseprite. And mostly just doing this for this Halloween Eve to learn it. So, yeah, hopefully this will be a disaster for both of us. I didn't go out trick-or-treating due to complications in job application. Oh yeah, trick-or-treating. I haven't gone trick-or-treating myself because I don't want to go trick-or-treating. Like, you know, I get my doorbell rang today, and this is the wrong color. I get my doorbells ringing and stuff like that, but other than that, I'm not. But yeah, all over my all over my neighborhood, got, you know, the parents with their kids and stuff like that. Now, that's pretty nice for them, but I am not really doing much for spooky, honestly. I'm drawing this. I mean, that's what I'm doing. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, on the so I'm on the brush select tool where I can select while drawing, and it'll be selected, and then I think what it was doing was it was filling. Ah, okay. Because the fill inside feature is interesting, where you draw it and it'll like fill inside. That's kind of cool. Yeah, figuring out these settings is kind of tough. Overwrite color. I won't need. One thing that one thing that I don't like is that it doesn't have the ability to hold the eyedropper tool or the color picker tool. You have to select the color picker tool, click it, then go back to your brush tool. So that's not the brush tool, that's the bucket tool, which shortcuts the brush tool. I'm working with the default controls. Halloween's not a thing in my country, so I didn't do anything. Ah, that makes sense. Yeah, you're in, I believe you're in the Dominican Republic, if I remember right. So of course you wouldn't, because you're not American, why would you? Yeah, Halloween's a American holiday, I'd say. Same with Thanksgiving in late November, and maybe Christmas. I don't know if Christmas is an international holiday or not. I know England celebrates Christmas, but then it's England. I don't know any other country that celebrate Christmas really, so. But I do know for sure that Halloween and Thanksgiving are pretty American, so. That's what that is with that, and it's pretty alright. I mean, I'm not really going to like any parties right now because I'm old. I'm 30, so yeah, that's not it. It's B. Wait, pencil tool is P. Okay, I will absolutely need to readjust. Okay, I'm like, why is this? I am not going as fast as I want to because I'm not filling as much as I want to. So far so good. This can actually fill. Which means I do need to get back to my line art. Oh, come on. E. I know I pressed the key. I guess there's just some delay with this sometimes. Currently, I don't know how much the CPU is going for this. Like, I don't know how much it's performing. But I know it crashed OBS, and that was kind of a problem. So, I had like a short moment where the stream skipped. That was an issue. Come on. E. Okay. Fill the lines. The lines. Yeah. I keep rushing through a lot of this, and I shouldn't. Because I'm learning a whole new program, and I shouldn't be rushing this. I should be taking this slow. But I feel this weird pressure to be fast about this, because I want to be able to finish this before I need to go to sleep. So far it's 9 p.m. and it's already nearly my bedtime because I wake up early in the morning. Yeah, let's just tighten the line out here because I can paint and erase as well as I see fit. You want to know what I need right now? Be a preview. Let's see. Canvas preview. Okay. Alright, so we got like a little canvas. Fucking. Down. Okay. Alright, so we're seeing the entire thing, and I bet you I could undock you. So we can click the movable panels option. Then I can just undock you. Be like, hey, select this, make floating. Great. Then I can just put this on. I can't put this on an extra screen. Maybe full screen. Oh. I can't take this off of. I can't take this to my second screen. No. Okay, let's try panel second canvas. All right, so we got a second canvas. Can I take you off? So I got a second canvas version, and this is like the new window feature in Clip Studio or Photoshop, where you can basically work with two canvases. You can have one canvas like just as a zoom out one, and you have the other one as your actual editing drawing canvas, and you can actually see it as you go. But it's only really helpful with a second screen. Like, you can put it here, but yeah, it's so cluttered on my already cluttered drawing tablet. But I need to be able to see this so I'm not completely just focusing on details. I mean, the hat looks fine. It's a little jank. There's some jank to the hat. Yeah, got it. Alright, that should be good. I think the parts that are a problem is this end. Probably nudge it and there'll be a easier curve. Yeah. Yeah, why don't I just use the eraser tool, then I'll just fill that later. Alright, this is a smoother turn. But once I get that down, I might just be able to just... Okay. So far, so good with that. Use these as little tippers. Tipper. No, tipper. Yeah. Okay. This is kind of one of those things. Okay. This sort of works, kind of, sort of. I'll make this work. I shouldn't be going so hard on this because I want this to just be a smaller animation in general. Let's work with that. That looks fine. Hair looks fine. Or at least this part of the hair looks fine. Look like that. Hit review, draw another thing. We probably recolor this as probably like the white head. That could work. The one thing that's kind of bothering me a little is that this face curve is not, I guess, optimal. I'm making it work. It's working slightly. Just a wee bit of this engine, I'd say. And then thick the line art out to just get a bit more depth. This. Could be a larger curve. Okay. Alright. I am, the drawing features are okay. I am feeling like, I am feeling slightly handcuffed by the inability to do eyedropper stuff. I could probably set it so the eyedropper is on my right hand button. So let's see, Alt O for eyedropper. So Alt O. There we go. Color picker. Alright, so this is a happy medium where I color pick, then draw. But I'm so used to Alt being my color picker tool. I wonder if I could, you know what? Sod it, I give up. I'm gonna go in my settings, see if I can't readjust the preferences. Let's see, tools. There we are. Tools. Okay. Shortcut. Okay. Can I, left eraser tool. Can I adjust you and make you Alt? Alts, can I? No? I can't readjust you? Oh, okay. Wait. Oh, okay. Oh, it has to be... It can't be just alt. Oh, that's a slight deal breaker. Tool modifiers. Okay, let's try tool modifiers. Change tool mode. Control. Let's change tool mode. Okay. Okay, what's control do? Holding control. Oh, control overwrites the color, so I'm seeing it down here. Oh, alright, control overwrites the color. What's the difference between that and everything else? Because I'm seeing this the bottom right. You know, let me close my webcam so you can just see the entire thing. Alright. So you're seeing this whenever I hold the control key, you're seeing the pencil tool go into overwrite color mode. So I forget, or at least I don't know what overwrite color means in this situation. I know shift lets you make a line tool, which is convenient. Alt does something. Oh wait, it does do color select. It just doesn't indicate it as an actual icon. Okay. I feel like a dope. I eventually figured it out. So what I'm gonna do is actually put that back, put eraser tool back on. Alt E. It may like make the eraser tool 3 pixels, so I have more. Oh. Oh. The eraser tool is more of like the opacity tool than anything. But I can make this work now. Yeah, it's just not as obvious as Aseprite, where it'll actually flip to the eyedropper itself and then let go when you let go of alt. So it is the default program, it's just I'm a moron. Alright, so I think I can press forward. I can move faster, so to speak. So far so good. I could probably nudge here. No? Okay. You know, you're a little fat at the bottom. I could probably nudge this. Push this down here. That just should be. But I'm probably just being anal about this. Just let this movie go, because honestly, you could probably just have it be rough. to look more natural looking. And by that I mean I cannot be arsed to make this line look crazy perfect. That's the real translation of what I'm saying. I cannot be asked to make this look perfect. So, work on this, knock that down, readjust some of the line tools back to that, because that was actually fine. Because the best thing that you can do is to try to leave spots where you're not making, I guess, perpendicular tangents. So, you know how like in a lot of line art, you'll kind of like make tangents that are like this, where it's not exactly crossing, but it's it looks like it's just not leaving. Like you'll have a line just end here, like it'll end on a curve, and it just looks weak. When it's better if you have it in the middle, because it looks slightly like it's overlapping in a way. That's kind of my thing, or at least that's kind of that thing when it comes to pixel art, is if you can find a way to break up that gap, that's going to help you much more. And the little bitty things like adjusting some of the little bits of jaggedness and the jaggies and all that stuff. So far, so good. Alright. Joel asks, we're going well. 9:04. Can I even do this? I don't know. I want to get this done before Halloween finishes. Want to at least do that. But also, fill in these gaps here. So probably like B. Alright, you're looking much more cohesive, Claudia. Yeah, it's looking much better. It's looking much, much better. Probably add a little bit of a up here. Like so. Okay, my mom's okay. So far, so good. Let that go. So far, so good. Let's see if I can nudge this now. Alright, and this is feeling slightly better. So far, probably work. Okay. I'll just let that go here. Okay. I think I'll probably like select that hair and kind of just move it so it's actually a layer back. They just need to win. Alright, I think I'm hitting a point where I'm like, okay, now I'm in mega concentration, but then things are starting to click to a point where I'm now no longer in questioning mode and now kind of just in doing them, which is good. You know, I'm getting used to the rhythm of this of this program. There's still some issues that I'm pondering, but so far it's better than I had it before. Now it's mostly a matter of like getting this to look like a torn shirt. Tears in finer details is always a tough thing to do. Like notable triangle patterns is always just tough because you want to figure out this happening in between a big triangle and just maybe I just need to let that go. Sometimes you can't get rid of all the jaggeds you like, and it can't be helped. Like right here, it could probably be a nice way to kind of just bend, you know, a nice spot to bend her. I could zoom out. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty deep. That's a point. That here may have that as a point. There. Clean up this edge here. Don't try to stair step this more consistently where you're not doing 2 2 1 2 2. You're doing 2 2 2 2 then 1. As you don't want to immediately just go 1 then 2 then 1. It's like, you know, that makes no sense. You also don't want to go 1 3 2 2. You know, because otherwise it'll like look rougher. Like doing 1, use dark one as a better contrast. So 1 1 1 1, typical diagonal. Then it's 1 2. Now a smaller slope. Then 1 2 3 1 1 2 3. Smaller slope, and you keep going. And you get finer and finer slopes as you do the gradual down slope thing until eventually you hit 5 and you're kind of like, okay, it's basically a flat line. But then curves is always just one of those issues where it's kind of like you do 1 2 2 3 3 2 2 3. It just looks like a weird, jagged edge that can be really wibbly wobbly when you look out. When what you really would probably be doing is, oh, okay, so control and then mouse scroll wheel makes the size change. Okay, that's good to know. Control mouse scroll wheel. I don't have a typical mouse scroll wheel. I have a trackball because I like having easier hand movement or stuff like that. It does make it tough to play PC games. Though I still have a mouse, so it's not like I got rid of all computer mouse from my life. I still have it. I just don't use it for work purposes. And I mean, it's you know what, having a trackball is pretty nice to me personally because I am scrolling with my fingertips as opposed to Well, actually, I'm clicking with my thumb as opposed to fingertip, where I'm like doing all the repetitive straining and stuff like that. Where the thumb, it's sort of a squeeze motion when I'm clicking with it, so it's much better. Plus, I'm using a half keyboard that's on the other side of my Wacom T, the other side of my SMT. So I basically have this set where I'm like hugging the keyboard, or hugging my CT away. And that's basically just how I have my Wacom set up. And I mean, so far so good. I mean, I used to hate it. I used to just hate digital art in general, though. But I've since gotten used to it. It's kind of typical of my workflow now, so I kind of just have it like this. I could probably just like go down. This is too large. Ugh. Okay. This is looking alright. Right. I could nudge you one more. So, nudge, nudge, nudge. Hook you onto. Okay, this is looking good. Yeah, this is looking much better. Yeah, that's looking good. Okay. So like one more gap. Put a thing there to kind of just indicate the thumb fat, maybe. Sort of working. Alright, we're cooking with gas. And to bolster the roundness of this, it's difficult to tell with this, but I'm making it. It's looking pretty decent. And I have some pretty decent line art so far. Except maybe her tail and the skirt. Skirt still needs more work. I like re-nudge you, put you up here. This there, put that there. Nudge you down here. Alright. Shit's working, dog. Shit is working. Yes, I think I'm finally cooking. Oh yeah. Looking good so far. I'm finally cooking, Jesse. We're cooking. We're cooking with gas. So we're gonna put these little I would call them silhouettes. I'm struggling to figure out the word, but these are going to basically just indicate that this skirt has depth. That there's a backside to this skirt. So far, so good. Nudge you down. I'd say figuring out the eyedropper stuff certainly speeds things up. Because that's usually how I tackle a lot of my pixel art stuff, is I eyedropper the shit out of everything. Like, when I'm erasing, when I'm drawing, I just eyedrop it. I don't do it as much with actual drawing digital art, like I don't do that in Clip Studio Paint. But, well, actually, no. I do that for Clip Studio Paint whenever I'm doing actual proper painting digital paint, or I'm eyedroppering everything to just get a better blend. Because as much as, you know, digital painting tools are, just they still are not good when it comes to blending. That drives me batty sometimes, where I want to have a good gradient, you know, when I'm painting and stuff like that. But I never feel like I can adjust my settings so on the stroke, you know, when I go light, it will, you know, vanish the paint, so to speak. It'll actually like make the paint more opaque, so, you know, it blends as it goes. And digital art programs are so hyper specific, and it drives me nuts sometimes. It also doesn't help that brush lag also kind of kneecaps me sometimes, where I try to use a big brush, like make washes like I would in an actual paint canvas, only to find out, oh, the brush actually lags. So that can be a real ball buster right there. I could move this. I can move this hand, so... Oh. Nothing. Plastic tool. F. Okay, F for free select. Okay. Alright, so you're actually going to be in a slight curve. Because I need you to look distinguished from the air. Good. I'm making it look... Yeah. Step away. Good, good. I could use the fill tool, but it is what it is with that. Okay. This is sort of working. Yeah, that curve could be better. This curve could be much smoother. Ah, I know what the... I can see the problems here. Alright, zooming out. There's a smoother gradient. I think it needs one more two. Now it's much better. Now it just has a weird unsynced sort of feel. Looks better. It's looking better. It looks good, but it could be better. Alright, so far so good. I feel like this hand could be shorter though. Like, nudge you further here. Now you're in the skirt's way. I'd probably just make this more of a diagonal. Okay, that's looking a little bit better. Alright. So far, so good. And now this arm's looking long. So I think I could remedy this by nudging this forward. Come on. Okay. It works. Works slightly. Works pretty slightly. Could add a smoother transition here. Yeah, like thin out the arm some more so it's not so soft as you like. Alright, I'll just get rid of that because it's kind of a redundant pixel. Sometimes you'll have pixel drawings where you think it's gonna add some more depth to it, but really just looks like a straight pixel. So sometimes it can be like that. Like here. Now, maybe I'm over exaggerating this spot. Actually, no. This looks more like looks more like this. Alright. I think I need to stop fine-tuning this and start actually just giving this proper colors. So, first things first, give this some bucket tool stuff here. And give it a I could do something. Then the whites. No, that's not. I think it probably would have to be that. Also, this line art could probably be this could probably be helpful. If I had a more like neutral grade, this could work. Too secret. Yeah, I'll let this go for now. Right now, I just need to get this looking. Let me just look at her actual rest. She has white. Why does she have white hair? I'm not sure. I just colored her like that. Oh, there's a gap. Yep, there's a gap right there. Alright, color that in. Got the corners here. Got the orange. A bucket for orange. Stockings. Her actual colors are dark blue. And we have brown. So we'll just work with straw. That's better. Straw looking better. So far, so good. I could probably rework some things where I'm so used to looking. Okay, so far so good. Okay, now we can actually kind of see her. I can see her. Alright, yeah, it was great seeing you, Yee. You know, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, have a good night. I don't know if I'll get this done tonight, but I'm gonna push hard. Sod it, let's just start coloring lines. Let's just start coloring in lines until things start making sense. Color in the lines until it all starts making sense. Okay. I just need a slightly the one thing that really drives me batty is that there is really no options for darker tones. But I'm gonna make it work. I can make it work. Because right now she looks like Cat Hatsune Miku, which isn't a bad thing. I could probably make that work. But the fact that she is teal is a bit of an issue for me personally. You know what? Let's just do some more line art shenanigans with this, because I could just make it so this line art's not even here and she's just on top of the hat. I could do that. And the line kind of just anti-aliases into a lighter color. Where I like to go here. No, I need to remember that I need to do this with a limited palette. So far, I am completely stretching that palette out too much. Right now, I need to set it so this will kind of like reflect and bounce away. Then let's see, I could probably make this darker outline color. Oh, fuck, I want to sleep. I don't want to give up just yet. This hair gradient is kind of a problem. We'll let that go for now. Let's see. This can be here. This can be here, because I believe the light's coming from this way, but it's like high and stuff, so that can... Fuck, doesn't the bucket work? Buckets, please. Fuck's sake. Why? Okay. Ugh. Alright, so far so good. I might just be able to... might just be able to have a lighter line. Then... put a date here. Then that's how I'll do the shading. Okay. Ah. Yeah. I keep forgetting that my pixel brush is not the actual brush tool. Because the brush shortcut in Aseprite that I have it as is S. Because my drawing program shortcut is W. Everything's on it's on WASD because it needs to like stay on my left hand at all times. That's mainly why I do that. Alright. So, I'll select the, what's it called? The tomato. So used to. This could work. Yeah, I'm so used to my pen just being very... my pen being on a certain shortcut. I'm so used to my pen being on a certain shortcut that whenever I press my typical Aseprite buttons, I get fumbled. Which is completely unfair to this program, because I'm constantly comparing it to Aseprite. Because obviously I'm so used to this. I think if I was doing a non-streamed review of this, I could have a less. I could probably like have more time to kind of just dive into it without thinking about Aseprite all the time. At the moment, I feel slightly rushed. Mostly because my sleep is currently falling away. Like I'm legit powering down. I am currently powering down. So far, so good. I can make this work. I'm ready to do this. So she has 4 to make things much easier. Okay. Oh yes, and the socks are much more on her. And now I'm kind of just hitting complete mumble, right? Where I'm kind of just mumbling incoherently because I'm about to fall asleep. I want to at least get a majority of this done. So I just put a line. You're not so superior that you can't put a line. Okay. What do I got? First things first, I figure out how to make this. I know. Pencil select tool. So select here. Then like put add to selection. Okay. Add to selection. Boy, the genius stuff I can think of when I'm completely, well, not completely, but nearly just falling asleep. Alright, let's see if I can't turn you to. Let's see if I can't turn this to image. Alright, so just hue saturation value. Alright. Barely see it, but making things work. Betcha I could probably make this. Alright, it's kind of working. Alright, so far so good. Also, I feel like this nose could be much glowier. Probably rock maybe a light, maybe a fuck. let's see how orange. Even like a dark purple, then you're the light purple. I just use this purple to really just contrast that more. I sorta can. Sorta. Actually, that looks better. I don't know why I did that. I could just make it an actual legit indigo. Now she kind of like looks like a Muppet. She looks like Grover. As I zoom out, she looks so much like Grover. Alright, let's get this down. And I am still not used to putting okay. All right. All right, I'm getting better at this. Okay. So far, so good. You look half decent. That's mostly a matter just of readjusting the broom and then just doing a 2-frame animation. I'm not even going to do anything crazy and exceptional. Just 2 frames. That's it. Got it. We're just gonna fill it all dark colors in. Make this the pencil line tool. So far, so good. Nearly done. Hmm. 9:46 is nearly 10. If I can just push myself. I just need to push myself harder. Much harder than I can before. I gotta go further beyond, baby. Got a Dragon Ball Z shit, bro. This will be, my final battle. Blech. Yeah, I'm now like rambling to the point where I'm now just hitting half sleep. Would I have taken an energy drink? No, because then I would never be able to sleep. But I'm making it work. It's working enough. Sometimes it's just how that's gonna go. I'm going to die. I think I might be dying. Okay. I'm making it work. Things are happening. Ugh. Ugh. Figuring out ways to kind of just do hay without doing so much hay. That doesn't matter. Ugh. Oh, this is kind of working. Just work with this. I can't believe tomorrow got dented. I'm gonna fall asleep. I simply don't like how this color is. It's too blue. Maybe like this. No. Nope. Nope. I think this is as close as I can get. Then this will be just be the color that's ahead of it. The contrast, not really. That still looks overall better. But still, that is a better, that's a better spread overall. They make it lighter. Full out green. I also noticed that her actual eyes are yellow. But instead of actually making them yellow, I'm just going to make a yellow shade. That way. Look at that. Oh, that worked. That is slightly better. I feel like the eye's just still not. Like it needs this in order to like look half deep. That's just gradually make the eyes bigger, and it's actually kind of working. It's nudging the eyes larger and larger. S, Control S. Now all that's left to do is put a bit of a night scene in the back. If I can fucking put one. Figure out how I can lock you. It'll kind of work. Yeah, your fingers kind of blend back. Oh yeah, I forgot to color this. Forgot to color the character. What happy accident. That, yeah, we got it. S, thank you. I wonder if I should just stop this. I am at my limit, actually. Sucks that I missed Halloween. I cannot post. But you know what? I need to go to sleep. I badly need to go to sleep. I will finish this. I'll finish this later this afternoon, or later tomorrow afternoon. But still, thanks for stopping by my art stream and watching me ponder this entire thing. It's been, it's been difficult, I'd say. Kind of like figuring out how you do these pixel art things. I did want to dive into his animation tools some more, but I guess I'll just dive into them at another date, or at least maybe tomorrow. I'd say for now, I'm gonna head to bed. It's currently 10 o'clock, and I have work at like 4 in the morning, so I'm already well past my bedtime. I will see you all next time. Happy Halloween for those who celebrate. And thanks to everyone for stopping by my art stream. And again, pick up the pixel art program. It's called Pixelorama. And you can get it on itch.io. Thanks for stopping by. This has been Master Fran. And, well, thanks, and I'll see you next time. Have a good night.